Today I'm going to talk about the importance um, of money in our lives. This is not an economic topic, although when I said today I'm going to talk about importance of money, I'm not going to talk about economics, but I'm going to talk about how should one look at money in your lives. See, the very conditioning in our society, starting from the day a kid joins a school, is towards driving their kids towards the path called success. And it's very unfortunate that the society that we live in today has narrowed down the definition of success. And one of the major parameters that people look at success, one of the major lenses that people look at success is it's quite narrowed down, maybe a couple or three or four parameters that includes money as the major aspect of it. So people think success in terms of how much worths of money you have, how much cars, how much property you own, how many times you go for a foreign trip, things like that. And it may be how much fame you have, how many people take your name as a role model, and things like that. It can be success. I'm not saying it is not success, but the the narrowing down of these parameters of success to only money, fame, bank account, properties, foreign trips, does it is it all that defines what is called success, right? And that is where my talk would be on how the relationship between money and success is what we're going to see briefly in this video. To me, money is the byproduct of the work that we do. When I say work, it doesn't mean that there is a step by step process which is established in society, that you're going to school, you're going to some university, and then you're going to pick up a job, and then you're going to do something for living, which is typically called work. And you may continue to do that work for a long period of time, even if you struggle with it mentally, simply because that gives you some money to a bank account which you think could lead your life. Is that true? To me, work is something which we should be passionate about, which we should be loving throughout, which is a part of our life, and not balancing out carefully between work and life, as people call it. There should be a work-life balance. You go at 9 o'clock and come at 6 o'clock, and then you take some off in the weekends, and could be some breaks are also required. But work is not about balancing. It should be a part of you, right? And then the outcome of that work is some money to lead your life. And in different stages of the era that we live in, um, some of the things that we are passionate about could give us more money than others, and that's perfectly fine. That should not encourage one to live to focus on something which gives you money alone, but not your passion. You should always follow what you love and do what you love, following your passion, and whatever money that you get out of it, I think we should have a sort of a contentment towards it. But look at the struggles today, right? um, we are almost resigned on the fact that there is nothing called passion. There is nothing called love for any topics around, but we are more after money. And look at the consequences of it. People hold on to their jobs. People struggle emotionally. People don't have exposure. They don't have contentment. They don't love what they are doing. Is that what we want? I would rather say we should not. Everyone has a unique talent. I think it is well understood that if we do not have talent, we wouldn't come on this earth in the first place. So the idea is how fast you could recognize that uniqueness that you are as a part of this human race. The earlier you could recognize it, it's better. But our system, our education system, especially our parenting system, doesn't allow us to get to it quite early because there's a lot of pressure from the society and parental system to push towards what is generally thought as success, that is chasing money. And therefore, our students are led to believe that money is everything in life. Not so. It is your contribution to the human society in whatever way you can. It could be, and the work. There is no reason why the work should end at 60 as a retirement. There is no reason for it. There was a reason, maybe for historical purposes, that when you are um, not aligned, when your life interests are not aligned with your work, then you have to put a full stop to it at some point in time because of whatever reasons. But then, if your life interests align with what you're doing, there is nothing called retirement. There is nothing called work life balance because you're never stressed out when you are doing what you're doing. Of course, you may take a break. I'm not saying it's 24 by 7, but these topics doesn't matter. If you align your life interests with what you do, you are doing a greater good for yourselves, and also the consequence of that work will be a beautiful outcome which can contribute to the society. And therefore, the contentment that you have out of that work, that contentment that you derive from your work, is much more than any tangible output. There is no reason why you can't earn money when you do what you love to do. But a comparison. I want 4 cars. I want to go for a trip every month. That should not be the aim. If what you have is what you love, is what you're doing, at some point in time, the sheer outcome that you produce out of that love catches attention. It can be late. It can be 5 years down the line. It can be 10 years down the line. There are many examples where people have led their lives doing what they love in a very humble way. Took a long time for it to get the fruits, and they become role models today. APJ Abdul Kalam is one such person. What a nice guy. They just followed their passion. When the space technology was a nascent stage in India. So, my advice to people, especially students in the universities, if you have not found out already what you love, take your time at the university, at the graduation level. Before you graduate, your your objective of graduation at the time you graduate should not be what job I will I get into, how much package I get into. You should ask one question: Do I am I aware of what I love, what I want to do? Do I know what is my passion? It may be pretty okay that if you have chosen a wrong field, take some time because you're passionate about it. And there are n number of means today to do whatever you want in this in this internet driven, AI driven world. It's not that difficult for you to grasp that knowledge, even if you have taken the wrong step at the university level. You can do a course correction, but that means that you will have to spend few more years, which is fine, rather than spending terrible decades in a job, in a work which you do not love. So at the end of your 3 years or 4 years or 5 years of graduation or post graduation, be absolutely clear, this is what I want to do because I love it. It is coming from my heart. You wake me up at 1 o'clock in the night, ask me to do this, I am all excited to do it. It shouldn't stop on the weekends. There is no reason for it to stop at 60. There is no reason to stop at 70. Remember, Abdul Kalam died by doing what he loved. That should be a role model. Money follows. See, what is money at the end of the day? It is recognizing money. When you get money, when somebody recognizes your talent, that is, and when the natural talent flows out, it is beautiful. There is nothing that can beat it. And therefore, don't run after packages, don't run after money. Figure out what you want, do what you want, and money will follow. In that way, your contentment, your satisfaction of being a human being is always there, and that can push you to great levels, right? And India today is in need of it. We need not really chase after foreign multinational companies. Of course, if you're interested in a particular topic, go and do nothing against it. But I would be rather surprised if 100% of the people who do graduations and in university, all of them want to go to America or Europe or something like that. Not possible, right? That means something is telling me that the people are just chasing. So if I put it in order, earlier you recognize your talent and choose a field what you want. Best thing to do. If you have not done it, and if you're already conditioned by society and education system and parenting system, at least by 2021, 22, if you recognize what you want, go for it. Even if it means sacrificing high packages. If the high package job is offering what you want, go for it. Do not be fooled by these words called work life balance, retirement at 50, 60. If you love what you do, retirement is your death. Money will follow automatically. Money is the slave of talent. Thank you.